second parallel. But I believe we have Jake Caskey first. So I'm just going to jump right to the guest and let's bring the man in. What's going on, Jake?
What's
There you
going
are.
on, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So much handsome in this picture right now between the two of us.
Oh yeah, man. This is a good looking phone screen right now.
There you go, man. So it's been a little bit of time since you've been out of the cage. What have you been doing since then?
Oh man, battling injuries. Honestly, just can't stay healthy for the life of me. For a while there, it seemed like. Uh, so I had that fight with Antidorme back in what was it, end of August. Took a week off to let my body heal. The very first day back from that fight, I shattered my nose in sparring, and then I had all kinds of complications with it. It was taking forever to like set and heal. I was actually booked to fight in January at Reality, and then complications with the nose happened again. Unfortunately, I had to pull out, but here we are, 100% ready to bang, ready to put on a show. So business as usual.
Yeah, man, that's something that you do every time. Each and every time you fight, you bring it. You've been fight of the year contender multiple times. Um, what do you attribute that style to?
Oh man, I'm just a dude that loves to fight. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Like, I love to fight. I love to stand and bang. Like, I'm not afraid of any of these dudes, and I'm there to put on a show. I'm there to promote myself. I have the wrestling pedigree, and everybody in my circle is like, oh man, you gotta wrestle more. You gotta use that. You gotta just wear guys down and grind them out. I'm like, fuck that. Let's stand and bang, man. Let's throw some hands. Like, don't leave the center. Let's meet in the middle and let's throw. And I think that speaks for itself. Fans love to see that. Fans know I'm a dog. Fans know I'm tough, and that's basically what it is. Just like to fight.
Definitely, absolutely, man. I got to tell you, every time we have a card, you're one of the names that always gets brought up to me. Is oh that guy Caskey fighting again? So I'm stoked to have you. You mentioned the wrestling background. Are you still coaching high school wrestling or high school?
Yeah,
Or you were
absolutely.
coaching?
Yeah, I'm the head coach at Montville High School, which I just finished up my second season with that. Yeah, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Being able to give back to my high school that I graduated from, and being able to teach these kids what I know and kind of shape the direction of a program, dude. I absolutely love it. I feel like I'm really making an impact in these kids' lives. And then they see that I've got Billy Goff as my assistant, so that's a dangerous coaching staff right there. But the kids see that we're training and we're fighting and we're doing all the same things that we're telling them to do, and that goes a really long way. So yeah, super super rewarding coaching, man.
Yeah, man, I can imagine. Justin Simmons said he's always rooting for a fellow wrestling coach. How is coaching wrestling? Has it helped you at all in your own training? You know, either the extra pressure maybe that you feel that you got to get those extra rounds in the gym and you got to get in there and perform like because you have these kids looking up to you. Has it helped you at all? And if so, how has it helped?
Um, yeah, it certainly keeps me honest. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy that's telling my athletes, oh, hey, you got to be doing your cardio, you got to be putting in your extra workouts, you got to do this, you got to sleep, you got to eat right, and then not go and do it myself because then they're going to look at me and be like, no, F you. So, yeah, it keeps me honest in that sense. As for like added pressure, no, not really. I mean, a lot of these kids that I coach, they stick around all in the off season and they've been to the gym and they've trained with me a couple times, so they see what I'm going through, and we compete at wrestling tournaments. If when I take these guys to tournaments, if there's an open division, I mean I'm competing in it, so they see me going through the warm up, doing the sprints before we wrestle, all that good stuff, and so yeah, and they see the wins, they see the losses. I mean, I just wrestled this past weekend, and I took a couple losses, and it was a great teaching moment because as soon as I stepped off the mat, I got my wrestlers in the corner. I'm like, hey, that's what you don't do. This is why I lost X, Y, Z. So it's yeah, no added pressure, but it's definitely hugely beneficial. Forces me to analyze my technique a little bit more. Yeah, nothing but good comes out of it, honestly.
It's funny. So, quick comment from Tyler Pimentel. He said, "You're such a beast." And he goes, you can use your wrestling to set up your strikes as well."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but they'd expect that, right?
Anyways, you mentioned Billy Goff, who's your assistant coach. What has it been like inside the gym for you and the whole entire team over at Dexter? You guys ride deep as it is, but to see your own homegrown guy make it to that next level of the UFC, what has it been like in the gym since he's had that amazing showing at the Contender Series and got that UFC contract?
Um, the energy's definitely been high in the gym. Now that we've seen Billy do it, everybody's like, "Oh, we got it now." Like, the recipe works. Let's fucking get after it. But aside from that, I mean, aside from the confirmation of what we're doing and the work we're putting in, not much has changed. Billy's still same old Billy. As a matter of fact, Billy and I live together, so you know, same old shit. We fight like brothers. Nothing's new. I like to tell him that the money's gotten to his head, but you know, this the way it is. Brothers busting balls.
Jesus Christ, that is a tough ass house that like you could literally post your address and be like, "Come break in, we got money in here," and no one would take you up on that offer for sure if you and Billy Goff are living
Oh
together.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we
Uh,
live together. We coach together. It's a bad duo.
yeah. Well, anyway, switching gears, talking about bad guys. You got a good fight ahead of you in Joe Attella. He labels himself as the bad guy. He has no problem in his last fight with Brett Layton coming out talking the shit and trying to get into his head. What do you know about Joe for yourself, and what stands out about this matchup for
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Mike. I don't know shit about the kid, but before his name came across our desk, I really didn't know anything about him. Um, I say yes to everybody. So I assume that anytime you send us a name, that it's gonna be a tough fight because that's what I want. So aside from expecting that he's gonna be a tough fight, I really don't know much about him. I watched a couple minutes of that Brett Layton fight and saw what I needed to see, and you know, the rest is what it is. I expect he's gonna talk shit. If he wants to be that guy, that's cool. Be that guy. I've seen something. I've already seen some stuff come out. I saw him saying, he's gonna knock this motherfucker out and this and that. But it is what it is. What else do you expect him to say? It's not like he's gonna get online and be like, hey, tune in on the 27th and watch me get my ass whooped. So yeah, he can chirp all he wants. Either way, they're gonna lock them doors and they're gonna shut us in there and he can't get away. So hopefully he stands in the middle and he doesn't back up.
All right. Well, I didn't really expect you've always been a gentleman. I didn't really expect much chirping back. That was nicely done. Because honestly, as speaking as a coach, you got those kids that look up to you. So I appreciate that stance. But for the fans that are home that might be coming out to May 27th, here's your platform. Give them your elevator spiel on why they should come watch the handsome one Jake Caskey fight on May 27th.
Ah, man. I mean, everybody watching. I mean, you heard it here first. You heard the boss man say it himself. Every time I fight, it's a show. I had two fights, not last year, but the year before. Both of them fight of the year contenders. So, and one of them won it. So that speaks for itself. I mean, if you're a fan of MMA and you're local in the New England area, you know that my name is one that's up and coming, and these guys these these guys don't want to see me go pro because I'm telling you when I start to throw these elbows, man, it's sheesh, it's gonna be dangerous. So, but in the meantime, tune in, watch me tune this guy up. We're gonna chat shit in the cage. We're gonna throw hands. We're gonna meet in the middle, and it's gonna be a blast. So don't miss it.
All right, man. Definitely, I gotta attest to the difference the elbows have made for the Dex MMA guys. Because look, when we were talking about Goff earlier, the minute he went pro and he started throwing those elbows, using that wrestling to pin people down, man, it was a game changer. And we've seen where he's gone. So, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but
Yeah,
yeah, I can appreciate that comment.
yeah, man, it's coming soon. It's coming real soon.
All right. Well, Jake, thank you so much for coming on today. I'm assuming you're in the car. Are you heading into training or you're getting out?
Yeah, I was in the middle of training. I did my cardio and then I went out to the car to do this real quick. So I'm going back in. I'm gonna go punch Randy Francis in the face a couple times.
All right. Well, have fun. Tell Randy, tell Austin, all the boys we said hello, and thanks for calling in tonight.
Absolutely, man. And real quick, I just want to thank, everybody in the gym, everybody at the Rough House, my parents, family support me, all my friends gonna buy tickets and all that good stuff. I appreciate all the love and support and yeah, tune in. Thanks again, Mike.
All right, my man. Have a good one. There we go. The handsome one himself, Jay Caskey. I didn't really expect much trash talking. He's just kind of like the whole team from Dexter's just like no nonsense, show up, ready to fight. And every time you see a name that has in parentheses Dexter MMA as the team they're representing, they're bringing it.